Hello traders, this is TAFXs. Welcome to TFX family, and I believe that guys you are doing great. All right, in this video, as I promised, I told you guys that you should be following our video now very closely because like in this video, we are going to learn more on the things that are linked to our EA. Remember, our EA are not just coded EA just only to open or to close the order. They are the EAs that are based on strategies, all right? Are based on a strategy. So in this video, we are going to learn more about this TFX salient point indicators indicator, whereby it is the one that is going to guide us on what is on our EAs, and it will help you a lot to have the sight to understand on how to trade for the strategy that I have been trying my best to make you understand. And now the things has become so easier because the point zone indicator, it's going to make things easier for every trader. And the thing that I'm going to show you, it is only to make you understand because it is very important to understand how the system works or how the system is coded, the strategy, and so that you can do your own changes at your own time by understanding what to do. And the strategy that is based from our EA are very, very, very simple and very, very accurate. And I know it is very familiar with many of you, all right, because of what I will be taking you through. You can recall maybe you have learned about this somewhere, and also because if we talked about a smart money concept strategy, I know it's more familiar with many. And when we talk about the power of one big candles and the candle from four hours and above, everybody can understand how things work. So without wasting time, let's see what is in this indicator. And I would like you to follow closely because this is exactly what is on our EAs. All right. And I'm taking you through because some people can do some changes. All right. But it is good to follow how it's coded, and I want to make you understand because you'll become a professional trader. And also when working with our EA, it will make things easier for everyone. All right. So let's start with what we were doing earlier manually by doing scalping hit and run on a minute 3. And now the things has become easier. You don't need so many time frame to confirm before taking trades in minute 3. I want you to understand that because this is what we're calling about how to scalp gold in minute 3. And now I want you to understand, since now our EA are programmed that you can do multiple trading in multiple charts. This means that you can do a scalping in minute 3. You can do another scalping in minute 15 because I told you guys I will be the one sharing the files of every time frame that the EA can be looking for trade. So we are not going to base our EA only on minute 3, but we are going to have even 5 charts that the EA will be trading. Let's say, for example, minute 3, minute 5, minute 15, minute 30, H2, and the EA, it will pick the trades of minute 2, H2, or whatever signal is it will get. All right. So now let me make you understand about the system or about the strategy. Guys, you remember when we talked about the simple strategy that we use only one candle, all right, one candle for big time frame in order to take the trades. And it's very, very simple because let me do this. We said one candle strategy or one bar strategy, for instance, this is for our time frame. All right. We say we can mark, let me not use or let me bring what we call a trading view so that it can make things easier for everyone to understand easily. Now, let us learn a very simple strategy that can help you and make you a very, very profitable trader. So in this video, we are going to learn on what you can get into our TFX salient indicator. Let's say, for example, this is 4 hours time frame. and you just draw high and low or open and close of these of the last bar. All right. So after there, you can jump to a small time frame, whether minute 3, minute 5, and do your scalping there. All right. You can do your scalping there. I just want to make things easier for you. So you can see you can start scalping from this high, from this low to this high, or also from this high to low after the change of character. And remember, the market must be, or you must be waiting for what we talk about, the change of character. And the change of character, it is when the market break this area, right? It is when the market breaks this area. Then from there now you can start targeting for the buy. For instance, the market went up and break this area, so we wait for the reverse. Then we can call that market or sell or buy that market according to the change of a character. So now this is the high. Oh, sorry. I've already deleted. Let me bring them back. So this is the high. All right, this is the high of 4 hours time frame. Now, the best thing about our system, it's like that is 4 hours, so we can get the signals from 4 hours candle, high and low, or open and close. So let me bring it again. Sorry for that. Let me bring it again. We also have a daily time frame because sometimes people don't understand, oh, should I wait? Should I use for daily? Should I wait for 4 hours? Now, this is where now our EA comes in, or our system comes in and make things easier for everyone. Now, this is a daily low and daily high, or open and close at that point. So don't forget about that. So allow me to draw again a weekly. All right, let's go to a weekly time frame. Also get the high and low, or open and close, so that I can conclude, or I can make things easier and understandable. So this one, we can change color. All right, we can change this color to let's say this blue. Let's put it dark or blue, sky blue. Yeah, something like that, so that everyone now can see it. And now we can put it a line like that one. And now that one is for the weekly. Follow this video closely, guys, so that you can understand. The other thing now, let's go to our monthly again. All right, let's go to our monthly. Sorry for that. Again, we can draw our monthly high, something like that. And again, we can change this color. We can set it to either gold or whatever, so that we can remember our monthly color. All right, we can remember our monthly high and low. So now we have the highs, or the open and close of the 4 hours candle, fee, daily, weekly, and monthly. So we have already covered the big time frames, all right? So we can jump either to minute 15, because it depends with the candle that you have picked. Let's say, for example, I have picked a weekly candle. So this means that if I've picked the weekly candle, whereby it is this one with the sky blue, this means that I can do scalping even in minute 15 based on weekly, because now this means that it's not just hit and run. Hit and run, it means that it is good to use H4 or 4 hours candle, whereby it is this one of the black. You can see with minute 15 so close, but if I go to minute 3 or minute 5, then I can do a good professional scalping based on my small time frame. All right. So, but the more you go to higher time frame, the more you can scalp in minute 15 or even minute 20. It depends now with the setup. But my idea here, it is to make you to understand how the system has become so easier and how professional it is for not struggling. Because yes, I know many people, the only idea you have, it is to check the direction of the market. Let's say, for instance, you can check this market and say this is a downtrend. All right, this is a downtrend. But let's go to like 4 hours time frame, because when people doing scalping, they still want to check the direction of the market here. And checking the direction of the market here, it is good to understand there is a change of character here since it's the base, is the big time frame, and we all know when the first inducement is taken out, that is the change of character. But all of a sudden, again, the market dropped. Then, when checking the history, it's easier. It is easier to say this is a downtrend. Were here not the was this not the uptrend? All right, but because of the history, this is why I always tell people it is hard to tell when trading, checking the history, because it is easier for you to learn the history and say this is the downtrend because your eyes can see that. But this happened only in history. But currently, when you are in the market, currently like now, it is hard to tell now if now this one it will be uptrend or it will continue with a downtrend. So this is why people have been trying all the patterns here and to check ABCD, and things become harder even for them and not being profitable. But it is good to ask yourself if you are doing scalping. So the secret that I'm giving here for the scalping, it's only based on one candle. This is a 4 hours candle, daily candle, weekly candle, or even a monthly candle that can change your life forever, or it can change your trading forever, and you can become a more profitable. So let's go on and let's move on and see what is happening here. So before we jump into our our chart or our live chart or our indicator. So you can see by drawing this each and every day or a blah, 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 you can be able to trade it professionally. Now, after we have now for the 4 hours, this is for the daily, this one for the weekly, and now this one is for the monthly. Now you can see the market went and touched our daily here or our 4 hours, and then the market reversed. Let's go to minute 15 for instant and check what is happening there. So you can see the market reversed and touched our daily, uh, our daily, our daily high. Let's call it a daily high, all right? And you can see the market went here in 4 hours time frame and also touched our 4 hours high at this point. So it is easier to say we can drop from this area or down. You don't know it has touched 4 hours and then again the market can go up or maybe it can go down. It has touched our 4 hours high. We don't know whether it will go down or go up. Are you getting the point? But it is easier now to say that after here we are looking for sale. After here we can do a scalping for a buy in minute 3, because in minute 3 we can see a lot. We can see the change of character in minute 3. Let me show you here. We can see the change of character from our daily high. It happens here, and now it became a downtrend to this point again to here. Then from there, market tried to go down, blah, blah, blah. Then there was a change of character here. Market reached to this point, again down. Then we can go up. I'm trying to help you understand how you can use those kind of big time frame and do your scalping professionally without minding a history of where the market is going, because that history many times can deceive you. But 1 hour candle, whether it is for daily or 4 hours or weekly, it will help you a lot. All right, it will help you a lot. Now, the second thing we check, keep this in mind, I don't want you to get lost. The most important thing I wanted you to understand, it is how you can draw those highs and lows or open and close of the those big time frame candles in order to do scalping. So that is one of the secrets that we have on our system here, and we are going to see it very soon. Now, after drawing that, the second thing we check, it is what we call the rejection. All right, the rejection of the candle or the sweep of liquidity. For instance, let's say, for example, this is a rejection that shows that now the sellers are taking control. After this market going up, we can see there is a rejection whereby it is a sweep of liquidity at this point, but with the full body, which deceived people like it's going up, but the market dropped down. But the indication was already shared here that there is a rejection of now seller of the sellers taking control. So it doesn't matter whether here it looks like a very strong candle, a bullish candle. Someone thought that there is what we call the continuation of this buy market, but all of a sudden, again, the market dropped. So this was a false strength candle, a bullish marubozu at this point, but the market dropped down. But this is when, or if you ignore about this rejection, we can see we have a good rejection here that was obeyed, and then the market dropped down. Again, we have another rejection here that touched our low here, then the market went up. We have another rejection here, then the market went down. We have another rejection here, then the market went up. Another rejections at this point, then the market tried to go down, right? So those are the things that, guys, you should be also keep in mind, that it is good to check the liquidities, because if you are ignorance of or if you ignore the liquidities, the sweep of liquidities or the rejections, this means that you will be the liquidity in the market. So the most important thing I want you to understand, it is that our system is based also on how to check those liquidity after getting the support at this point. Let's call this the support or highs and lows. After getting the lows here, we are looking for the second thing we are looking for. It is what we call liquidity sweep. So if there is a rejection after getting to our support or resistance, let's go down, let's go up and check one of the resistance here. Let's do this. You see, after getting into resistance like here, we are here on a weekly, there something to check on. It is these the rejection. It's very, very important, and this is what we call the liquidity sweeps, which means that now the sellers are taking control. After the market went up, there is a rejection, and now it is time for the sellers to take control and the market start dropping. So when we get it at a point like this, we are concerned if there is a support either for 4 hours or daily or weekly, then again we can chip in and look for a buy or sell. So it depends with where the rejection is. So the rejection, it's more powerful and very profitable if the rejection is on either high or low of our high and low of our big time frame. So that is the second thing that you must check after being on support on resistance. It is good to check about the rejection, and these rejections, you take them according to the time frame that you are trading with, either minute 3, 15, or wherever time frame you are doing scalping. And the best thing is our system will be looking for every time frame that you wish to, and I'm the one that will be giving those what we call the set file to make things easier for you. So this means we can check for minute 3, 5, 15, 20, and do scalping in any of the time frame that the signal will be found. All right, so get the point number one. The point number one, it is to have your highs and lows of your candles of your big time frame candles. The second thing to check, you will be checking the rejection or the liquidity sweep. All right, and the third thing that is also, it's very important, it is to check the candle patterns. So this means we can get like something like here, there is no a good rejection, but a candle pattern like this is the 3 ways you can find it here. This means that by using also the candle patterns plus the rejection and support and resistance or highs and lows of those big time frames candles or bars, this means that your trading will become so easier, and you can see now you can trade professionally without struggling where you are going or where the market is going, as long as you have your highs and lows. Now let me remind you one thing. So there is a scalping that you are doing for 4 hours, all right, and you can do that scalping in minute 3. When you go to daily time frame, you can do a scalping on minute 15 and even 20 minutes. But if you go to weekly or monthly, then this means we can go in 30 minutes and in 1 hour. So this is why I told you our system now is programmed. It can take all those trades. So you don't have to worry that like you are just sticking on minute 3. So don't forget this. If we draw the highs and the lows of 4 hours, we are not confirming any other time frame whether it's going up or down. Are you getting the point? I want you to get the point. If we are looking for 4 hours, we just know that we are going to do our scalping on minute 15 or on minute 5 or 3. So that is where we'll be doing our scalping minute 3 or minute 5 based on 4 hours. So again, if we jump to our daily highs and daily lows, we are not going to check or our we are not going to minute 3. Then again, we can change into minute 15 and 20 to do our scalping there. The best thing about the MT5, we also have minute 12 and minute 12, H12 and H8, and that makes things so easier for more signals. So if we draw high and low for H4, H12, H8, daily, weekly, it gives more entries or more a signal. So every time frame candle, it gives a signal. So we are not confirming 4 hours, then daily or 12 hours, then we enter the market. It is good to keep that in mind that every hour or every time frame gives its own a signal. Now, doing these things manually, the way we have drawn that, and then again jumping to minute 3, blah, 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 it is so tiresome, and this is now where our systems comes in. Now, let's check here, guys, and let me make things easier now for everyone, all right? Let's check what is here. Let me right click and go to our indicator of this salient point or the point of interest zone. So if I scroll down here, we can see trade high, sorry for that, trade high and low. So that is the point where that we activate true and this one true. And you can see here, we can start with the weekly. So for instance, let me start with a monthly so that it can align with that of a trading view. All right. So let's check here. Let me show something here. So let us make sure the color of our monthly is white. All right. So if we go here on our monthly here, where is our monthly? We are 1 week, monthly is here. You can see direct, we have the high and the low. All right, we have our highs here and the lows of our monthly bar. The best thing about this indicator. So even if when I go to 4 out of minute 15, you can see we are coming from the low. All right, we were here, the high is here, and the low is here for the monthly. So you can see the trades now can start becoming smooth. You can see, you can imagine that is only one candle, and now you can see the trades are clearly. Now let's go to a second one. This is white. Let's go for the second one. Let's go to for a weekly time frame, and let's set this either yellow color in order to get this correctly to make you understand. Then I can click OK. This video is very, very important because next time you will understand about this indicator. So now this is the weekly high and the weekly low. So in order for everyone to believe it, let's go to here, and you can see we have a weekly high and weekly low. All right, the previous one, not the current one. So it is the previous one for the last week, high and low. So again, let's go to another point here. We can check for, we can change this now to a daily time frame. All right, and we can change this color into, let's call it magenta. We can set this a magenta. Magenta, it's for the daily. And if we go to daily again, now you can trust me by what I'm telling you. We have the previous day high and low. All right. So again, let's go to the another one and set for 4 hours time frame. The same thing we did to our, and we can set the 4 hours time frame into green. All right, we can set 4 hours time frame into green. All right, and again, if I go to 4 hours and zoom it like this one, you can see in the previous 4 hours, we have the high and the low. And don't forget this indicator, it will be changing according to the time frames or according to the time. So if it is 4 hours, it will be changing after 4 hours. Only that that setup for 4 hours. If it is for the daily, it will change every day after the daily candle is closed. Then it will jump into that automatically. So you don't have to do this setup again and again. So if I jump to minute 3, for instance, if I jump to minute 3, for instance, you can see we are coming from high, and again, we are looking for sell here, all right? So we can do scalping for minute 3, knowing that the only thing you need to keep in mind, it is the color of your time frame, because we know the 4 hours is green, and I think daily candle is magenta. All right, let us confirm that, because that is what you should only keeping in your mind. Weekly is yellow, monthly is white, daily candle is magenta, and 4 hours is in a green. Can you see how the things becomes easier? All right. Now, there is sometimes people don't understand on when to exit from the market. But before we get there, let us concentrate with what we are saying. So this is one of the candle patterns that tells you to sell. All right, here it tells you to buy, but we are looking for where we are at this point. Then second thing we have, it is what we call liquidities. They are here. So we set the liquidities according to our brokers, all right? That one I will share with you later, but I'm demonstrating to show you what is already in this system about the liquidities. So they are there for, and I will show you on how to set them in order to let the system show you everything. But everything here, they are on our EA. I'm just making you understand how professional the EA is. Now, if, let's say, for example, you can see the liquidities are here, so we can set them accordingly. Now, the second thing now, it is when to exit from the market. So after doing everything possible here, we can set here, for example, this is manually, this was a 4 hours time frame. Now we can say, oh, I would like to know the high of H3. Let me set it blue. This is now my exit point, and maybe let's say we can make it thin, and also H2, and also we can make it which color, let's play spring green. This is like our exit point because it is very, very important. Let me set them like this one so that we can see the blue, it's my exit point. So that if I enter sell here, I know I will exit with my the high or the lows of H3 or H2. Now, when we come to our EA, you can set every high here as your exit point. Because the reason as to why we do it as our exit point, it is because, you know, the high of monthly, the high of weekly, the high of daily, it's a very, very strong resistance when doing scalping in lower time frame. So it is good to have every high and lows being your exit, because the market can change anytime from that high or low. If it is broken, well and good, it will be looking for another buy, where and that is when the market is going to check for another high of a bigger time frame. So it is very easier to understand that this system is very, 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 very professional. Let me save this first. So it is very, very, very professional, because now you can see you have so many lines here. So you don't have to get lost of what you are doing. All right. You don't have to get lost of what you are doing. And this I'm talking much about for because of those people who trades manually. It is good to make the color of your understanding, or what you remember about which color stands for a monthly, which color for you stands for weekly. And you can see it's very, very easier to change them. Even on our EA, you can still change them in order to see the signal of each and every time frame. But for the EA, no one should worry, because the set file is there. So this one we are talking more so that you can understand about how our system is, or how our system is programmed. Very, very professional for scalping, and how you can be doing this with this silent indicator for yourself in order to trade or become a professional, a trader. So this is how our system is programmed, and this is how you should understand that each and every high lows on our EA, it is also an exit point. The other thing that is in this indicator also, it is the strength. Here you can see we have a daily strength, which shows you if this USD is getting strong or weak. Like now it's getting very weak, because you can see it's +1. And if it is go positive, negative, sorry, if it is goes -10, blah, blah, -5 or 6, it means that the USD is very strong. And this is, we set it here because of those people trades the normal candle chart, so that you can check which one is weak, and you can change the strength here according to what you want to see in the past 6 hours, which currency was strong, so that you can trade wisely. Because sometimes you can get a very good setup for a sell when trading, let's say, for currencies, but maybe, let's say, for example, the GPP here is a base currencies, but there is a sell opportunity. But unfortunately, the GPP at that time is stronger than the USD. So you don't have to sell even if there is a sell opportunity, because the market can reverse. And another thing, if you are in a support on resistance, you have found that the GPP is still strong, then you can wait for a very good setup buy. Then you can buy automatically if the GPP is strong and you are in a support or a resistance. So it depends. So that is the best thing about the system, and this indicator here. It will help you a lot, because it has everything that you really need it when you want to trade professionally, especially in doing a scalping. So everything that I have tried my best to explain, I know the video might be long, but it is for education purpose, so you have to follow it closely to understand, and I will be sharing you details into details, so that you can understand more on what is on our EA. Now our EA is plug and play, because I give you with the set file, and the basics that you only need to know, it is to set the setup of the liquidities according to your broker. It is only liquidity and another two stuffs, then you are good to go. And that is a must, because we don't use the same broker. But if we can use the same broker, that if you are using the same brokers that I'm using, then that means that you don't have to change anything. It is plug and play. And now don't forget our EA also now doing the hedging. We have the hedging EA that will never ever blow your account, and it will always be a profitable without closing with any loss. It will never close with any loss. For that, guys, I do believe now you understand how our TFX selling point indicator works, or what is in our EA. So thank you so much, guys, and once again, welcome to TFX family. Thank you.